Things are nearly done for Rangers in this transfer window, and the team looks completely different to the one that was fielded in the final day of the Premiership season. At the time of recording, the club have brought in 8 players, and there is set to be a further 2 to come in imminently. In today's video, we'll discuss one of the imminent ones, whilst also going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Rangers have confirmed the signing of Danilo Pereira da Silva on a 5-year deal from Feyenoord subject to international clearance. The striker becomes Michael Beale's 8th signing of the summer transfer window as he joins the club ahead of the 2023-2024 season. Starting his career in Brazil, Danilo made the move to Holland as he featured for Ajax Amsterdam, FC Twente and Feyenoord Rotterdam. The forward has lifted the Eredivisie title twice, firstly with Ajax in 2021-2022 and then with Feyenoord last season. Speaking after signing for Rangers, he said, "I'm sure happy I can't wait to start playing at Ibrox in front of the supporters. I'm so in love already with the club and I'm excited to be a part of this Rangers team. It's time to get to work and I hope I can repay the love that they have shown me." Manager Michael Beale commented, "Danilo is a player that I have personally been aware of since his time at Ajax. He had a breakthrough year on loan at FC Twente and then back at Ajax before joining Feyenoord last summer. He has won the Dutch title in both of the last 2 seasons and his goal per minute ratio is very good. He's an exciting player who likes to create and score goals. He is one that I believe is a good fit for our squad as he will give us another big option in the attacking areas on the pitch. The discussions were ongoing for some time, so I'm delighted that we finally have him as our club. Danilo really wanted this move, and he has a strong belief in the plan we have for him and for the team going forward. This was key in the negotiations, and he really pushed to join Rangers. We wish him every success here at the club." Danilo will now travel to Germany with Rangers' squad ahead of tomorrow's friendly with Hoffenheim as he could feature for the first time with the club. Just a quick one guys to let you know that we have released our brand new July drop. We've got brand new designs available on our website. We've got the Rangers Warrior t-shirts along with the No One Likes Us We Don't Care tees. So do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or going to rfcclothing.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. Barry Ferguson believes Rangers' summer signings will already be feeling the pressure of the club, with the league season not even started yet. Michael Beale's side have suffered defeats against Newcastle and Olympiacos in pre-season, and the Ibrox squad were criticised for their display against the Greeks on Wednesday. Ferguson believes some of the Rangers' new additions will be taken aback by the instant pressure at the club, but he believes how they deal with it will make or break them going forward. He told the Daily Record, "I always had a special word of advice for any new signing, just moments before we ran out at Ibrox for the first time. You've got 10 minutes, mate," or to that effect. I get that kind of startled, puzzled looking response. 10 minutes? What are you talking about? Trust me, 10 minutes later, no explanation was required. These guys think they've seen it and done it all in football, but they soon realise there's no bigger eye-opener than your first introduction to the demands of playing in front of Rangers fans. I saw it for myself with a whole string of new arrivals who cost the right a few bob and came from some huge clubs, but who couldn't get their head around why people were growling all around in the team hadn't hit the ground running from kickoff. They'd walk into the dressing room at half time and say, "What's the problem here? We're drawing 0-0. The smart ones worked it out pretty quickly. When you pull on that shirt, you have to win, even if you're playing tiddlywinks. It doesn't matter, you have to be on the front foot, peppering the opposition goal. You're expected to come in 2-0 up, and if the fans aren't happy, then roll up your sleeves and do something about it. They've got every right to get on your back if you don't. The good players got it, but there were plenty of others who couldn't ever quite get to grips with it. How many? How long have you got? I used to suffer the same myself. If I wasn't on from kickoff, I knew they'd be growling at me too. So for the time being, I'll reserve judgment on the summer's new arrivals, even if a few of them might already be scratching their heads and wondering why there's been a disgruntled reaction to a couple of home defeats in pre-season friendlies. Welcome to Rangers boys, you'll never have experienced expectation and pressure like this at any other club. You probably never will again, so produce the goods and make it the most of it because that's what life at this club is all about, and it brings the best out of proper football players." Rangers are desperate to bring in Jose Cifuentes this summer. Speaking exclusively to Football Insider, former Rangers defender Alan Hutton said Michael Beale wants Cifuentes through the door before the start of the season on 5th of August. The Ibrox boss has already confirmed that the club did have a pre-contract agreement in place with the midfielder, which would bring him to Glasgow when his LAFC contract expired at the end of the year. And then on Tuesday, we revealed that the Light Blues are set to complete the signing of the 24-year-old this week, which would see him join Ibrox this summer. Cifuentes has been a long-term target for Rangers, and the sides have been in advanced talks for a number of weeks. When asked if it was foolish for the club to pay up now when the midfielder will arrive in January for free, Alan Hutton said, "I think it shows how desperate they are for him. That is not any sight of any players that are in there. I think Cifuentes will make a difference. He is a big powerhouse, he breaks up play, he is good with the ball, and I think he makes them stronger. They already have a lot of attacking talent, they play with high fullbacks, they need someone that can sit there and be the spoiler. To get him in through the door is obviously what Michael Beale wants. The big games are the European games and the league, and he obviously wants them in now to be as strong as possible moving forward." Celtic is set to refuse an away allegation for the first derby fixture of the season against Rangers, it has been reported. Rangers offered 700 tickets for Celtic on September 3rd, but it now looks likely that the fixture will be played with no visiting supporters. The Sun have said that Celtic believes the 700 ticket allocation does not work and is a safety hazard for their fans. As a result, they will hand back their briefs. That report goes on to state that Celtic have held discussions with various supporter groups who are in agreement with their stance. Speaking in the closed season, Rangers CEO James Bisgrove all but confirmed that the allocation would not be increasing from last season. He said, "I think there's a long way to go before that's a realistic opportunity or consideration. To manage expectations, when I would say that looks unlikely, but we need to take it one step at a time. There are so many considerations in terms of the security operation getting two sets of supporters in and out of both stadiums. We want to make sure if our supporters go to Parkhead, they're protected and take our responsibility here, so we'll be guided by the authorities and the clubs will also have a voice. As a minimum, we're working to get around the table and have dialogue with Michael Nicholson and Police Scotland over the summer months." Yanis Hadji is no stranger to hard graft required to make it at Rangers. When the going has been tough, he has risen to the challenge time and time again. In his first months at Ibrox, the Romanian had to adapt to the rough and tumble nature of Scottish football and became accustomed to the challenges of life in blue before he went on to become a title hero during the 55 campaign. Last January, he embarked on a year-long rehabilitation process that saved his Rangers career. When Hadji says, therefore, that the pre-season schedule that Michael Beale has put his players through this summer is the toughest that he has ever had, is a statement that carries its own weight. Yanis Hadji said, "Personally, I think it's been the hardest pre-season that I've ever had. But I think that's a good thing. You grind for 3 or 4 weeks, you push yourself to the limit. Obviously, you also have to understand your body and accept that sometimes you can't get over the line so that you don't get injured. But I think everybody up until now has been fine, and with another 10 days before the season starts, we are in a good place mentally. Pre-season is not all about physically, but it's also about mentally tough, but I think we're in the right place. We know when the season starts it comes down to winning, and I do think the new players who have come in understand that. Obviously, the old guys who have been here for years now know what to expect." Rangers fans, what do you think of the imminent signing of Jose Cifuentes, and do you think he takes our team to the next level? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Remember, we do have Rangers t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.